Good afternoon, folks. This is May 10th, and we're out here in the garden. You can see it's a little bit muddy in spots. That's from all the rain we've had. It's starting to dry up just enough. I probably wouldn't want to run the tiller yet, but I'm out here hoeing a few weeds. They're starting to come. Here's our turnips and radishes from that first planting. And these little cherry bells. They're just right there. They're just right there. Another day's worth of growth would do it. I don't know if we're gonna pick any for our farmer's market tomorrow or not. But they're looking better. I'm guessing about here should be French breakfast. Yeah, they're a little bit small yet. Yeah, we got a couple that are okay. They're definitely not big. We got a couple. They're looking better, getting a little bit of size. Looking at the tops, this should be, I think, icicles, maybe. Yeah, there's our white icicles. They're starting to get right there. And these are the Ostergrub rosa. These are stupid long. They take forever to get big. I knew they wouldn't be very big yet because they're a really long one, but they get big like carrots. They're huge. And of course you can see where I have hoed and where I haven't, and I'm working on it. This lettuce always just looks so neat. And it'll look better when I get all that grass out of it, but it's going. We got some spinach. You see I got some lettuce and spinach mixed together. Got spinach. And these are beets. And then you can tell where I got over here. This was really bad the other day, so I started on this end. And you can see where they really get pretty clean. But it won't take much. We got beets. And then this is the kohlrabi. I thought I just saw one. Oh, yep. Little bitty carrot tops. I think that's in it. Yeah, just right. Well, maybe. Where's my phone? I can't see it on my phone. There's a glare on it. But yeah, there's right here. I put it. Oh, there we can see it. Right there's little big carrot tops poking up. We got several rows of carrots. And a beet, random, must be in with the carrots, must have been stuck. And then we got kale. And see, and this is my second planting. If you look, it looks really weird. Some of them, it was kind of dry when we put them in, and some of that other stuff just didn't grow very good. And now that they're starting to come up, they're looking better, but we got some rain on them, but they're really uneven coming up. And this is all radishes again and turnips. And this is spinach. And more spinach. And oh, this is more kohlrabi. And lettuce. You can see the lettuce because it's got that weird color to it. And see, some of it is really nice looking, like the one back here. And then we get to here. That was all planted at the same time. That just had a little bit of moisture on it, and this was awful dry. I know we got carrots, and carrots take forever to come up. You always think they're not going to come up, then just all of a sudden, oh, there they are. And here's beets are finally poking up. And beets are all the way to the end again. And they're starting to turn colors just good enough. And where I disked, that stuff has definitely got part of that coming up green. But I'd actually rather have the nice flush of weeds now, because it's easy to take care of them when they're little. I run the little, or their cultivator or something like that through them, to disc again or something, and that'll make it disappear really quick. And then we have this, the seeds that were in the soil for our seed bank, weed seed bank. We get them to sprout, and then we can easily get rid of them. That just makes it easier for some of the other crops like the pumpkins that are such big take such a big area, and then that just makes them stay cleaner longer. Because as of right now, I could disc the whole thing again except for where this stuff is, the small seeded stuff, the radishes and stuff, and then that just makes it so it works really good. And then we do have some trees. These are pretty well done blooming, but the ones above the Tahoe are starting to bloom. And of course, the 2 days of rain or cold and rain, you get up there towards the greenhouse, we still got more blooming up that way. So the bees have been out flying like crazy. The dandelions, they've been hitting them really hard. Never kill your dandelions because that's the bees' first food in the spring. And this is what I've been using mostly for weeding. I like these stirrup posts. Let me get out here so you can see it. I mean, I really like this because it's hard to do it one-handed, but it just cuts them off at the ground. You know, just scratch them through. You know, and it just killing them all really good that way. And the other thing I'd been using is our old cultivator. You can see where I spilled the radishes. You know, I was filling the cedar. But it's got that bar in the front. I love to take it up here and turn it over and push it through because it just cuts all that stuff off like that. But this ground was so soft when I was trying to do it earlier that it wasn't wanting to go through very good. It kept sinking so bad it wouldn't do anything. But I got it, so that's why I've been using the stirrup hoe till we get it firmed back up. But here where this part of the corn maze was not too weedy. I mean, there's a few spots out there, so we'll take that. So it means we must have did a fairly decent job keeping the weeds under control. But I knew the pumpkin patch was a mess because it just horrible weather, couldn't get in it. And then it got too big and there was nothing we could do and we just made do. But that's why I don't mind getting these couple flushes and kill the weeds, and then I don't have to fight them near as bad later. We'll get in the Tahoe and drive up and look at the, well, we got the garlic and radishes, or not radishes, we're at the radishes. Garlic and green beans and sweet corn and all that stuff. We'll go check all that out. We're out here at the green beans. They're starting to poke up. I can't see my freaking screen again, but there they are. I've got one that looks a little better. I've got a few that look really rough. They're kind of spotty, which you can see them over there by the chicken coop. The garlic is just looking tremendous. That stuff is growing like crazy. The beans are a little bit iffy, but you can see the mud spot and the dry, and it goes the same way this way, and all this nice garden that was so nice looking is starting to get an awful lot of stuff coming up. So it definitely needs some more tilling done and disking and tearing up. And we still got all the potatoes over there, but none of them are up yet, so I really won't show you nothing. But then we'll go over to the sweet corn and we'll check out them zucchini. That row of zucchini over there to see what it's looking like, because I hadn't checked it for a few days. Just a sec. Here at the sweet corn, and if you look, you can, I can't see my phone screen again. I'm gonna have to get a different camera. Right there, you can see the sweet corn's coming up. It's a little bit uneven, but it's coming. It's looking good. For as cold as the dirt got after I planted it, it was beautiful out, was looking really good, and then it just turned off cold as crap. But everywhere I look, they're coming. It's I don't see, maybe that's where I started. I don't remember where I started. But you know, they're coming, they're poking. I think they're gonna be a little bit uneven for this first planting, but as good as it's looking, I'm not gonna care. It come up. It wasn't a waste of time. I really was beginning to wonder if I should have waited, but it's coming up. It's looking decent. I mean, yeah, right there. I mean, and then we've got some that are just spiking through. I'm sure if we dig in here and then between, maybe. Weeds coming like crazy. Oh, right there. We had one right there just getting ready to poke. Oh, I broke that one off, dang it. See, there's another one right there. Yep, the more we look, the more there's coming. It's not near as even as I'd have really liked it. But everywhere I look, it's coming. So we're going to have a good first planting, hopefully. Might just take a little bit of extra picking time, but you can see how it's greening up too, where we had planted or tilled it up and planted it. And now we're getting to the point. I definitely have to till the next patch up. We got a little bit of time. Still debating on the planter to leave it at 38s or switch it down to 30s. Maybe we'll plant one more at 38 because my field corn hasn't arrived yet, even though it was supposed to be here the 1st of April. But what do you do? That stuff's really starting to turn green. Not that big of a deal. We'll take care of it. It has to be tilled before, or I have to run the tiller over it before I plant anyway, just so I get that nice seed bed, get the first flush of weeds out. We'll walk through this. A few little weeds in here, nothing major to worry about. They're starting to come though. Mostly grass. I don't mind grass. Grass is fairly easy to kill. Some of them broadleaves get to be a pain in the butt. Until where I drove over it, the stuff poked up really good. Getting a few button weeds. Where's my row? Oh, we do have a leaf poking out. Looking a little bit rough. Here's another one. So yep, they're coming. They're just right there. That's the row of zucchini. Here's the other row of the yellow squash. Oh, yep, we got one right here. Right there's this yellow squash, yellow crookneck squash, summer squash. So, and then where I tilled this to put more in, I stalled because these weren't up yet. So it's going to have to be done again just to get rid of the weeds. But it's still just, I could probably get by in part of it, but I don't like to if I don't have to. The weather's looking good. I need to get more planted, but yet I need to wait for the soil to be right. That way I don't have to fight it as bad. I got our plastic layer worked on, so we're ready to put that in as soon as we can get in. It's going to go over there by the garlic. There we're going to lay a bunch of plastic out. That way we can get our cabbage and broccoli and stuff put in. But my corn patch is about ready to be put in. As soon as I get my corn, we're going to plant corn down here by the road where it was flooded. That way we can help build the soil with the trash from the corn stalks. That, and if it gets a little wet, if we don't grow quite as much corn, it won't hurt our feelings. If it was one of our cash crops like our pumpkins or something like that, it would have hurt my feelings a lot more. But yeah, the gardens the stuff's starting to grow better, but we haven't got a whole lot more done. And of course, if you look over there at the chicken coop, the big red building there, that's our big chicken coop. We're working on putting runs out the front. That's what the posts are, if you kind of see some lines up in front of it. But look at all them trees blooming behind it. Bees are flying, looking good. I looked at them hives to make sure the queens were doing good, that we had just put the packages in. We put 4 new ones in right there here at the orchard, that it just makes it a whole lot easier to have some here all the time for all of the stuff we grow. But we're starting to get close to needing to start to plant some pumpkins, because we like them ready early if we can. We've got I do have a few sunflowers planted that are up, but I won't take them show you them right now. Been picking asparagus like crazy and some rhubarb for the markets, farmers markets that we go to. That's been selling good. But here's another quick update of what everything's starting to look like and stuff's starting to grow. We are getting there. We do have a few weeds that we need to take care of, but kind of got to let it dry up a little bit. Not sure what I'm going to do the rest of the day. I know I'm got stuff doing the greenhouse, but I kind of showed you guys that yesterday when I was out there for that quick update. Picking cucumbers. We have some tomatoes that are looking really good. Got to get some plastic in so we can put some of them outside. I need to put another planting of green beans and that stuff, another planting of radishes and that, which I'm probably going to put them out here in this piece between the sweet corn and the zucchini, or maybe down from the zucchini, I don't know. We're putting it probably out here somewhere. I've got some fall squash, the acorns and that stuff. As soon as the ground temp gets up just a little bit warmer, we'll start putting that all in. The acorns, butternut, buttercups, Hubbards, all that fun stuff. So, but you guys be good. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I do like the comments. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But that's what I got going on right now. I am behind on where I normally am. But with the weather, I usually wait till stuff comes up to put the next planting in, so that way I don't get buried on them. I usually watch the sweet corn till they get about 2 inches tall or so. And then that's when I put my next planting in. And the way it's looking, unless we get some real nice warm weather, I've still got a little bit of time, so I'm not as worried about getting, because if I had to, I could hook onto the planter and just plant right now through that rough ground and everything. It'd work good enough. But if I can have a clean, smooth bed with it fresh tilled, then I just have less weeds to fight later. So that's what I usually try to do. But you just never know what our weather's going to be. Yesterday, high temperature was about 50. I would say we were lucky to get to 50 yesterday, because Mom and I had coats on, or heavy coats on, and she had her stocking cap on, and it was just cold at the market. Usually we don't have to worry about that in the spring, but it was pretty cold, but had a good day, so that's all that matters. You guys take care.